領域展開無料空所
Hello, friends! Today I'm going to tell you about Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer of the modern era. When talking about the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, it's impossible not to mention the name Satoru Gojo. To some, he is a teacher. To others, a legend. And to his enemies, he is a living nightmare. But how did the man known as the strongest sorcerer of the modern age come to be? Satoru's story begins within the Gojo Clan, one of the three great Jujutsu clans of Japan. This family had existed for centuries and was famous for its extraordinary techniques. Yet even among his ancestors, Satoru was something special. He was born with two incredibly rare gifts.
無限アキレスとカメだよ
The first was the limitless technique, which allows him to manipulate space itself.
おあいにくさま目がいいもんで
The second was the Six Eyes, a unique ability that grants near-perfect control over cursed energy. Such a combination was considered almost impossible. After his birth, the balance of power in the Jujutsu world literally changed. Many enemies of the Gojo clan went into hiding because they understood one thing. A child had been born who would one day surpass everyone. From a young age, Satoru was a true genius. What took other sorcerers years to master, he learned in a matter of months. However, as his talent grew, so did his confidence. Young Gojo knew exactly how powerful he was, and he never tried to hide it.
大丈夫でしょだって君弱いもん
During his time at Tokyo Jujutsu High, he met the person who would become his best friend, Suguru Geto. Gojo and Geto were considered an almost unbeatable duo. They were known as the strongest students of their generation. Together, they completed dangerous missions and believed they could change the world. But it was during this period that events occurred which would forever change Satoru's life. While protecting a girl named Riko Amanai, they were forced to face the sorcerer killer Toji Fushiguro. Toji possessed no cursed energy, yet he had monstrous physical abilities and immense combat experience. Despite all of Gojo's confidence, this was the first time he found himself standing at death's door. Toji managed to severely wound him and effectively defeated him. But that moment became a turning point. Standing between life and death, Satoru finally understood the true nature of his technique. He mastered reverse curse technique and healed his body. When Gojo returned to battle, he was no longer the same person. For the first time, he unlocked the true power of Limitless and revealed the technique that would later become legendary, Hollow Purple. By combining the forces of attraction and repulsion, he created a devastating stream of energy capable of erasing everything in its path. After that battle, one thing became clear. The strongest sorcerer of his generation had been born. But victory did not bring happiness. Over time, his best friend Suguru Geto began to lose faith in humanity. He grew to hate ordinary people, believing they were the source of sorcerers' suffering. Eventually, Geto chose the path of destroying humanity. For Satoru, this was a heartbreaking tragedy. He possessed enough power to defeat almost any enemy, yet he could not save the person closest to him. That was when Gojo realized an important truth. Power alone is not enough. To truly change the world, you must raise a new generation.
やるならさっさとしてくれむさ苦しい上眺めも悪い
Years later, he became a teacher at Tokyo Jujutsu High. Among his students were Yuji Itadori,
より適性のある方を出戻った理由なんてそんなもんです暗いね
Megumi Fushiguro,
誰っていうか何その顔
いや、そっくりだなと。
and Nobara Kugisaki.
そんじゃ改めて。
釘崎野原、喜べ男子。こう一点よ。
Gojo constantly joked around, acted carefree, and often annoyed his colleagues. But beneath that playful personality was a man determined to create a better world. Now, let's talk about his abilities. Satoru's primary power is limitless. If someone tries to strike him, it feels as though an infinite distance exists between them and Gojo. Their attack can never truly reach him. He can also use blue, a technique that creates an incredibly powerful attraction force. Red produces the opposite effect, overwhelming repulsion. And when these two techniques are combined, they create the famous hollow purple, one of the most destructive attacks in the entire series. But even that is not all. Gojo's most terrifying ability is his domain expansion. It is called Unlimited Void. Anyone trapped inside it is flooded with infinite information all at once. The brain becomes so overwhelmed that the victim is virtually unable to act. Even the strongest opponents fear being caught within this technique. However, Satoru's true strength lies not only in his powers, he represents the loneliness of being the strongest. Throughout his life, a vast distance separated him from everyone else. No one could truly understand him. No one could share his burden. He was so powerful that he found himself alone at the very top. And that is one of the reasons why Satoru Gojo's story resonates with millions of fans around the world. This is not simply the story of an unbeatable sorcerer. It is the story of a man who wanted to change the world, protect his students, and prevent the mistakes of the past from happening again. Satoru Gojo became a legend, not only because of his incredible strength, but also because of who he was as a person. Cheerful, confident, sometimes reckless, yet always willing to risk his life for others. That is why, for many fans, he remains far more than just the strongest sorcerer of the modern era. He remains one of the most unforgettable characters in anime history.